After years spent in exile, branded a traitor, the son of the Hokage is finally back. So today, let's break down the absolutely shocking return of Boruto Uzumaki and the sinister invasion that's threatening to swallow the Hidden Leaf Village whole. Okay, so let's just dive right in. The story picks up with Boruto, who's basically a fugitive from his own home, reappearing at the absolute worst possible moment. He finds his village, Konoha, is already in the grips of total chaos, fighting off a bizarre new threat that's striking right at its heart. So the first thing we see is just a full-on assault. An army of these strange white-skinned creatures, which we find out are called grimes, are just swarming the streets, causing panic and destruction everywhere. And make no mistake, this is Code's long-awaited revenge plan finally kicking into gear. Konoha's new generation of shinobi are immediately pushed to their absolute limits, jumping straight to the front lines. You can see Shikadai Nara right here, doing his clan proud, using that classic shadow bind technique to try and stop these things. But it is crystal clear that they are seriously outnumbered. And man, this is where you really see how much these characters have grown up. Sarada Uchiha isn't just some promising rookie anymore. She's a legit powerhouse, slinging her dad Sasuke's most iconic techniques, the Great Fireball and the Chidori, with some seriously deadly precision. But even with that kind of power on their side, the sheer number of these grimes is it's overwhelming. The new generation is getting pushed back, and the situation is so bad that the heavy hitters like Kawaki have to jump in personally just to save his own sister, Himawari, from a pretty close call. Things are looking really desperate. But right when it looks like they're about to be totally overrun, everything changes. The whole battle just stops because one person shows up in the middle of all the chaos. And it's the last person anyone ever expected to see, Boruto Uzumaki. And what's so wild here is how the tables have completely turned. I mean, look at Code, the villain who has been hunting Boruto for years. He is caught completely flat-footed. This isn't that scared kid who ran away. No way. Boruto is calm, he's confident, and he is in total control. That is the cold focus you only get after surviving 3 years on the run. And he doesn't waste a second. He immediately goes on the attack, hitting Code with this stunning ultimatum. He's not asking, he is telling him to back down. I mean, the guts on this guy. It just goes to show you how much he has changed while he was gone. There's no time for some big, tearful reunion, though. He and Sarada just share this quick, really heavy moment. He tells her to take care of the wounded, and as he turns back to the fight, his last words to her are simple, but man, they carry so much weight. Stay alive. And just to prove he means business, Boruto gives Code a little taste of what he's learned. In one single, fluid motion with his sword, he takes out every single grime in the area. It's just an insane display of speed and power, and it leaves everyone, especially Code, totally speechless. Just when it seems like Boruto might actually have things under control, the fight takes a horrifying turn. Because we're about to find out that these things aren't just mindless soldiers. Oh no. Their real purpose is something way darker than anyone could have possibly imagined. So here's the thing. It's not about how strong they are, right? We've seen that powerful shinobi can cut them down. The real danger, the absolute nightmare of it all, is what happens when one of them actually manages to grab you. And we see it happen right then and there. While Sarada is fighting her heart out, another shinobi gets grabbed from behind. He has no idea what's coming. A grime bites down on his neck, and that's it. It's over in an instant. He doesn't just die. He is instantly and just horrifically turned into a tree. Think about that. This isn't just some attack. It's like a parasite. Every single grim is basically a living seed, and its only goal is to plant itself in a person and turn them into part of this grotesque forest. Okay, so this horrifying tree thing, it's not random. It is all connected to a threat that is so much bigger than just Code. And this is the moment Boruto finally drops the bombshell, explaining what he's learned out there in exile and what's really at stake here. He looks at a totally clueless Code and tells him, "You just don't get it. This tree transformation, it's just a tiny taste of the true horror of the 10 Tails, the ancient beast that's been a threat since Naruto's time." And this is the end game we're talking about. See, the whole point of the 10 Tails is to eat a member of the Otsutsuki clan, those super powerful celestial beings. Once it does that, it becomes what's known as a divine tree. And that tree's job? To literally suck every last drop of life and chakra out of the entire planet. Game over. World ends. So what Boruto lays out is that Code In his arrogance, by messing with the Ten Tails and creating these grimes, has accidentally kicked off that exact apocalyptic process. He thinks he's just attacking a village, but what he's actually doing is paving the way for, in Boruto's words, the worst future everyone can imagine. So this forces Boruto's hand. He makes this totally desperate offer. He tells Code, call off your monsters and I'll take you to the Ten Tails' real body. It's a huge gamble because their goals are polar opposites, right? Code wants to feed Boruto to the Ten Tails, and Boruto is trying to stop that from ever happening. And this all leads us to the final, absolutely explosive moments of their confrontation. It builds to one of the biggest cliffhangers we've seen in a long time. Code has a choice to make, and, well, his arrogance pretty much makes it for him. And of course, Code just laughs it off. He calls Boruto a fool. As Boruto starts forming that familiar ball of chakra in his hand, Code just scoffs. He's thinking, oh, here we go, a regular old Rasengan. I've seen this a million times. Yeah, he could not be more wrong. Because what Boruto unleashes is something completely new. He calls it Rasengan Uzuhiko. Now, the name roughly translates to something like swirling lad, but look at it. The chakra swirling around him, it looks nothing like any Rasengan we have ever seen before. And that's where they leave us, just hanging. After 3 long years training in the shadows, hunted by everyone he knew, Boruto has mastered some kind of brand new power. So the question is, what on earth does this new Rasengan do? And more importantly, can it possibly be enough to stop not just Code, but this horrifying, world-ending future that he's seen coming? I mean, the fate of Konoha, maybe the whole planet, is riding on this one attack.